Hello everyone, Bats 2011 here, and I'm going to be doing a platinum review on Final Fantasy VII Remake. As you see right there, that was the platinum. A couple disclaimers before we start. If you haven't beat the game, you don't have to worry. I'm not going to spoil anything. This chapter that I've chose is directly after Chapter 1, which is part of the demo. So if you've played the demo, this is directly after it. Other than this one cutscene, just to kind of show the cutscenes, I've skipped every cutscene in this portion, so you don't have to worry about anything being spoiled like that. Also, I'm not going to spoil any of the story. I'll kind of discuss cliff notes here and there, but not too much. Also, if you do not know what a platinum review is, that's what this baby is. A platinum review is whenever I play a game through completion, I platinum it, I do pretty much everything you can do in the game. Once I get the platinum, I review it. That way, you get the best possible review, and yeah, you know I put time into the game. Now, a couple of things too. It shows, you'll see in a part in here, it says my time of completion is 79 hours. I actually beat it in about 81 hours, somewhere around there. But my save file, once I reloaded it back up to do this review, my save file started me back before the final boss. So it doesn't show on there that I've completed it technically, but I have. It's just I reloaded my save file before the boss. So if you see that and you're like, what? You didn't get this on hard. I did. So now we're getting into the fun stuff. Final Fantasy VII Remake. I remember seeing it for the first time at E3 when they first announced it. I think it was like 5 years ago. And as soon as they announced it, like I was like, no, this can't be. And as they showed more and more of Midgar, I was like, oh my gosh, this is Final Fantasy. And from that moment, I couldn't wait. I'm a huge Final Fantasy fan. I love Final Fantasy. My favorite one being Final Fantasy X. But this one is very, very close to Final Fantasy X. And in most aspects, it's better than Final Fantasy X. I just enjoy Final Fantasy VII, or Final Fantasy X story more, and everything that you can do in it. That being said, Final Fantasy X I don't think is a perfect game. And Final Fantasy VII Remake is I'm not going to tell you yet. Ooh, see, you thought you were going to get the score right away. No, I'm going to make you wait. So Final Fantasy VII, if you haven't played it before, I don't know why you're watching this. Just kidding. No, if you haven't played Final Fantasy VII, the original, I would definitely suggest playing that before playing this, just because you'll appreciate this more. That being said, you don't have to play the original. This pretty much takes a 6-hour section of the original and turns it into a 40-plus hour game. And if you're wanting the platinum, it turns it into a 70, 80-hour game. People were saying that it's not, a full game, and it definitely is. It's 100% a full game. Now, as you see here, I'm going through the menu showing you different things. You can change your limit break. You have the level 1, level 2, also the summons. You have to complete battle intel to get summons. You have your swords, all the way from the Buster Sword, the classic one, to a bat. And the bat was stupid. I was like, why do I have this? It's worthless. You also have your armor, which ranges, there's a lot of different ones, and the goddamn rung. This motherfucker right here. You get it by completing the secret boss, which is a very, very, very hard boss. It took me 5 hours on hard to beat him. But you enter your battle with a full limit break gauge, and your limit break gauge increases as you play. So I'll show you more on that as we go. Lightning or materia, you have your different materia slots. You also have your summon slot. These are the different summons you get. Carbuncle, Cactar, and Chocobo Chick are exclusives to either pre-order or the deluxe edition. Obviously I got deluxe edition because it's Final Fantasy, but yeah, the summons, each one feels very, very different. Each one's refreshing. I love the summons in this game. I just wish there was more, but I know they're holding off the rest for part 2 and part 3 or part 24. I don't care how many you make, just keep making them. Here you have your pretty much your Beastopedia, where you have all your enemies. You have your spells, your inventory, normal menu stuff. I just kind of go through there. But yeah, so Final Fantasy VII, if you haven't played the original, I would definitely suggest it, but you don't have to play the original to enjoy this. But like I was saying, it takes that 6 hour block and it turns it into a full 40-hour game. It's a full game, 100%. And I know a lot of people are on the fence about getting it because they're like, oh, well, it's. I'm gonna wait for the full game to come out. This is a full game, it's a full game. As you can see right here, this is what I was talking about earlier. It doesn't show I completed it on hard, and it says my time is 79 hours. That's a lie, but whatever. So, Final Fantasy VII, if you haven't played it before, don't know anything about the story, you follow Cloud on his journey to defeat Sephiroth. It's a very if you've never played a Final Fantasy game, the story can get confusing at times, to where you're like, wait, what's going on? What? Because you have to understand some of the lore and some of the stuff that's took place in other games and stuff like that. My fiance, she was sitting here, and like Zach or who. Oh, almost spoiled some stuff. Something happened, and she was like, "What is going on?" I was trying to have to explain everything, and she was like, "This makes no sense at all." And I was like, "You don't understand. Don't worry about it." So yeah, the game, as you can see right here, this is one of the reasons why I chose this level to show you guys. Just gorgeous. The game is probably, but before I played this, Death Stranding was probably the best looking game I've played thus far. Horizon Zero Dawn's up there, God of War's up there, but Death Stranding was just gorgeous. And then Final Fantasy VII happened, and man, this game is beautiful. I can't say enough about the graphics in the game. There's a part where you're climbing. If you've played the original, one of the plates drops on Sector 7. They kept the same story for the most part. So one of the plates drops, and you have to climb up to head to Shinra's headquarters. And you can look, when you get close to the top, you can look down below, and you'll actually see characters walking around still. Like, you're way, way high up there, but you can still see them moving and interacting, and it's just so full of life. This game is so gorgeous. I could talk about it all day. The voice acting is great. You have some great voice actors. Erica Harlacher, she voices On in Persona 5. She has a small role in this. You got Badger from Breaking Bad. He plays Wedge in this. You have a wide variety of people, actors and voice actors that you've heard throughout the years, and it's they do a great job. The acting is very, very good. My one gripe is some of the lines that they say after they beat battles or while they're running around kind of get reused quite a bit. But after 80 hours, of course, you're going to hear the same stuff. But I felt like Tifa, whenever she, after a battle or whatever, she'll sometimes say, "Whew, I need a shower." And it got to a point where she kept saying, "Ooh, I need a shower." And I was like, man, she is dirty. Like, this is just a dirty, dirty girl to need this many showers. Like, we know you need a shower, girl. Like, you don't have to keep saying it. So it was kind of annoying, but not too bad. The characters in the game, though, you really feel for them, man. Like, they do such a good job of... I already know what to expect, and as playing this, I'm like, man, some of this stuff is going to really make me cry. And this, there was tearjerker moments. There was just... After I beat this game, I literally put down the controller, and I was just like, I had like a single tear dropping from my eye, because I was just like, I can't believe, I got to experience this. And it really sucks knowing that I have to wait to continue the story, but it was so worth it. This is just a beautiful, beautiful journey. Now, as you can see here, I used my limit break immediately, which is part of that accessory that I was showing you guys for beating the secret boss. You get your limit break as soon as you start a battle, and it also refills really quick, because you can see it's already almost halfway full just off a couple enemies, and doing it really quick. So that... sorry about that. That really, really helps in hard mode towards the end. Granted, you don't get that till the very end, but it really helps against, final boss and everything. The combat's really, really smooth. I knew it was going to be good because I really enjoyed Final Fantasy 15's combat. I was very disappointed at first when I was like, oh, it's not turn-based anymore. Like I was very, it kind of hurt. I love turn-based games. You know, turn-based combat is so fun. Persona 5 Royale, I'm playing that too. Ooh. But you know, Persona 5 is turn-based. Final Fantasy used to be turn-based, and it's kind of moved away from that. It's gone towards the Kingdom Hearts style, and this is definitely reminiscent of Final Fantasy 15. But they do have, whenever you increase your attack gauge. I think it's assist time meter. What, I don't know what the fuck it's called. ATB gauge. As you increase it, each bar you get to use a command, and it slows down the time of battle pretty much to a halt, to where you can really stop and be like, okay, what's my next move? Who needs to heal? You can really plan out your attacks like a turn-based game. But the rest of the time, it's really fluid, just, you know, attacking. Love the combat in this game. I have zero gripes about the combat. I have zero gripes about the voice acting. The story, they did change some stuff here and there, but nothing for the worse. Like, they didn't change anything to make me go, oh, why did you do that? No, I don't like this. And it kind of stinks because I really liked the first story, but what they did with this one makes me very curious to see where this game is going to go. So I'm very curious for part 2, part 3, or however many they make, just because I want to see where they're going to take this story, because they did change some stuff here and there. But that being said, it keeps pretty much the same stuff that happened. You know, if you played the original, you're pretty much going to know what happened for the most part. As far as where the game ends, I don't want to ruin that for you guys. Just know, you know, you're playing Midgar right now, so I don't want to change or ruin any of the surprise of what's going to happen. But yeah, so Final Fantasy VII Remake, I'd give it easily a 10 out of 10. It's a great game, beautiful. Nothing but high praise. Definitely check it out. If you're on the fence about it, stop being on that fence and climb over that bitch. But yeah, this has been Bats 2011. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hit that subscribe button. Subscribe to me. Subscribe. Find me on Twitter and follow me on there, and I talk about a bunch of random shit. So you guys have a great rest of your day.